Lately, you've probably heard me use words like self referencing and other referencing and recognition. And if you don't fully understand what those mean, then everything I say after that is going to feel a little bit out of reach. Because all of the troubles we're having in our relationships are not about communication or needing better boundaries or even about needing to do more healing. It's about what your system is organizing around in the moment of activation. So, in this video, I'm going to break down my entire framework in the simplest of terms and show you exactly what it looks like in real time. Hi, I'm Jackie Faber, and for years I thought healing meant understanding myself better. So I learned attachment theory, and I learned how to regulate my nervous system. I learned about trauma responses and communication skills, but I still kept leaving myself all the time in real time. I would get triggered and I would immediately organize myself around the other person. What are they thinking? Are they upset? Did I do something wrong? How do I fix this? How do I get back to feeling safe? And that's the pattern that I now teach people to see. My work is built around one core idea. Most people are not struggling because they lack awareness. They're struggling because their nervous system is still organizing around something outside of them for safety. So I teach people how to recognize the moment they abandon themselves in real time and how to shift from other referencing to self-referencing. Not how do I make them understand me, but what do I know to be true? Not how do I stop getting triggered forever, but how do I stay with myself in activation when it happens? This framework is called the orientation shift, and it is the foundation of everything that I teach. Recognition, nervous system awareness, self-holding, self-safety, embodied self-trust. Because healing to me is not about becoming emotionless. It's about becoming someone who no longer needs to leave themselves in order to feel safe. So everything starts with one word, and that's orientation. Orientation is what your system is organizing around to feel safe. In any moment, especially when something feels off, your system is trying to land somewhere. It's trying to feel settled. So the question is, where are you organizing from? Let me show you exactly what I mean. You're in a conversation with somebody and you say something, and immediately after, you look at their face. You listen to their tone. You try to read how it landed. That's orientation. You didn't check yourself first, you checked them. And this is what I call other referencing. Other referencing is when you check someone else before you decide anything. And this can look completely normal. Maybe you send a message and you keep checking your phone to see if they responded. Maybe you say something like in the first example and you immediately try to read their reaction. Maybe you start adjusting yourself based on their tone. Or maybe you're waiting for their response before you decide how you feel. Underneath all of that, your system is doing one thing. It's using them to feel okay. And you can feel this when it's happening. It usually feels like a slight anxiety or like a pull to fix something. Your attention narrows onto them. Maybe you need a response or you feel like you need clarity or a resolution. It is not a calm feeling. It is not an open feeling. It's, I need something from this moment in order to settle. Now let's contrast that. Self-referencing is when you check yourself first before you act. Same situation, you say something, but instead of immediately checking them, there's a pause and you check yourself. What do I actually mean by that? Does this feel true for me? Am I okay with what I just said? And then you stay with that. You're not ignoring them. You're just not using them to decide if you are okay. And that feeling is so different. It's not like, I need to fix this. It's a lot more like, this felt a little bit off, but I'm going to check myself first. There is less urgency. There is less pressure. You're not trying to land somewhere safe through them. Now, this is where most people miss it, because even if you understand everything that I just said, that doesn't mean anything changes. Change happens through something very specific, and I call this recognition. Recognition is catching yourself when the pattern happens, not after, not when you're journaling, not when you're thinking about it later, in the moment when it happens. So let's go back into a very real moment that we have all experienced. You send a message and they don't respond. 10 minutes later, you check your phone. Your body feels a little bit tight. Your mind starts wondering like, should I clarify? Maybe I came off weird. Maybe I should say a little bit more. And you start typing that second message. Recognition is right there. Your thumbs are on the screen and you notice, I'm about to send this because I don't feel okay right now. That's recognition. Not stopping yourself perfectly, not fixing the feeling, just seeing the pattern as it unfolds. Now, this is how I define self-abandonment. Most people think self-abandonment is staying in the wrong relationship or letting people treat you poorly. But it is much more subtle than that. Self-abandonment is leaving your internal experience in the moment. So it's when you feel something is off and you explain it away. It's when you want to say something, but you don't. It's when you feel hurt and you immediately focus on their intent instead. So you had this initial experience and then you moved away from it. That's the pattern. So when I put all of this together, your system is always organizing around something, and that's orientation. If you're organizing around them, it's other referencing. If you're organizing around yourself, it's self-referencing. And the only way this changes is if you catch it in real time, and that is recognition. Because if you only see it after, then the pattern of self-abandonment was already completed. If you're in this place where you understand your patterns, but you're still doing the same things, this is why. You're seeing it after the fact, not in the moment while it's happening. And if you want to go deeper into this, especially how you override yourself in real time, the orientation shift is my self-paced framework that walks you through the entire process step by step. And the self-safety lab is where we apply all of this work together in real time, with live coaching, with support, and with a community space that actually builds the capacity to stay with yourself inside of activation. Let me know in the comments if all of this makes sense to you, and I will see you in the next video.